Namaste, Hamesha Khush Raho Bitiya. My name is Manisha Singh. Today I am teaching you food legislations and standards. It's introduction basically. Now let's start with the topic. In this session, we will study all about the food standards. So basically, I am giving a brief introduction about this. Every country needs laws to encourage the production of safe and wholesome foods and to prohibit the sale of foods that are unsafe or fraudulent. The growing population has placed demands on agriculture for increased production. However, the increase of agricultural production is connected with the wider use of chemicals. Protection of food during transport and storage may require the use of chemicals too. The centralized processing of foods in large quantities increase the chances of contamination. There is an increasing demand for convenience foods, foods ready to serve or which can be quickly prepared for serving. Because food additives are commonly used in these foods and because convenience foods are especially susceptible to contamination, strict hygienic and safety precautions are needed. Expansion of the food trade, both within countries and with other nations, need regulations not only at the at the national, but also at the international level. In past centuries, international trading in food took place with little, if any, government intervention, and it was accepted that the food producers set their own standards and determined the quality of food products offered to the consumers. Many businesses were responsible and took great care to protect the health of the consumers. However, some dishonest traders misuse the unregulated markets to sell adulterated food. Such abuses lead to government involvement and over time to enactment of food laws and regulation. These laws and regulations, together with food control organization, ensure the safety of domestically produced, imported, and exported food products. In Next is the structure of the food law. The food law may be divided into the two parts. Number one is Basic Food Act and the regulation. The act itself set out broad principles, while regulations contain detailed provision governing the different categories of products coming under the jurisdiction of each set of regulations. Sometimes food standards, hygienic provisions, list of food additives, chemical tolerances, and so on are included in Basic Food Control Law. For effective administration of and enlightened compliance with the Basic Food Law, detailed provisions are needed. In government, where there is a division between the responsibilities of the legislative and executive branches, the legislative branch enacts the basic law, while detailed regulations are elaborated and promulgated by the executive agency or agencies responsible for administering the law. Inclusion in the law of detailed specification about food processing, food standard, hygienic practices, and packaging and labeling, food additives and pesticides may make for difficulties. Prompt revisions of regulations may become necessary because of new scientific knowledge, changes in food process technology, or emergencies requiring quick action to protect public health. Such revisions can be made much more expeditiously by executive agencies than by legislative bodies. In some countries, food standards are part of the regulations. In other countries, they are separate enactments. Regardless of whether they are included in regulations or are separate, they become part of the enforcement structure and are intended to implement basic food laws. Concerning the principles or general provisions to be included in basic food law, the following points should be stressed. Number one is basic purposes and scope of the law. Then definitions of basic concepts, competencies for implementation of the law, inspection and analytical procedures and facilities, enforcement procedures for enforcement, penalties, regulations for additives, pesticides and contaminants, then packaging and labeling, and procedures for the preparation and amendment of the regulations for implementation of the law. The basic food law is intended to assure consumers that foods are pure and wholesome, safe to eat and produced under sanitary conditions. Generally, food law inhibits importation and distribution of products that are adulterated or have labels that are false or misleading in any context. The proper implementing of such a law encourages fair trade practices through compliance with the basic provision of the food law. This protects to the honest manufacturer and dealer against unfair competition. It also stimulates development of the food industry because quality control along sound scientific lines tend to promote better consumer acceptance of food. An important part of the food law is the definition of terms such as food, natural food, imitation food, food additives, adulteration, and food fraud, pesticide residues, food contaminant, and so on. According to the US FDA, food is illegal, that is adulterated, if it contains added poisonous or deleterious substances that may render it injurious to health. It contains a natural poisonous or deleterious substance which ordinarily renders it injurious to health. Then a raw agricultural product contains residues of pesticides not authorized by US Environmental Protection Agency or in excess of tolerances established by regulations of US EPA. Any part of the food is putrid or decomposed. Another example of strict definitions is that basic food law should determine the exact content of offenses which can give rise to panel action. Such offenses may be deliberate adulteration of the food products, production or marketing of foods containing prohibited or unauthorized substances, fraudulent use of labels and trademarks, failure of food to satisfy standards laid down by the law, then violation of hygienic requirements, and so on. Next is food standards. In every country, standards are an important of the regulation of food production and food trade. Food regulations and standards and standardization are treated in other contribution to the series. Hope you all are satisfied with this session. This session is powered by Digital Version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. If you have any query, please mention it in a comment box. I will resolve them whenever we have a live session. Thank you so much for watching this video.